Hey everyone, I'm Nick Aguilera, and you guys are listening to my brand new show, The Hot Corner. The Hot Corner is a baseball show about the off season. So we will be reporting trades, free agent signings, and even some unbaseball related stuff. So right now we're going to start it off with one of the trades that was reported today. And that trade is the Tommy Hanson for Jordan Walden trade by the Atlanta Braves and the Los Angeles Angels. Now, the Braves they were starter heavy. So that means that they had a lot of starters to choose from. And right now, their rotation consists of 4 people since they traded Tommy Hanson. And right now, that lineup is Tim Hudson, Chris Medlin, Mike Minor, and Paul Mahone as their 4 starters right now. Now, the Angels traded Jordan Walden, who was their former closer. He has a great fastball that can hit about 100 miles per hour, but he's not very good in super close games. Like, say he comes in for two-thirds innings with the bases loaded. He's not that great in those kind of situations. And Tommy Hanson, he's had problems with his elbow, and right now his fastball has been declining in speed, as it started at 92.7 miles per hour in 2010 and has declined all the way to 89.7. That's a drop of 3 miles per hour in his fastball. Now, people question him. They used to say that he was a staff ace in waiting. He's only 26, and that's what I find is very great about him. He's a young pitcher. He has room to improve, and last season he had a 13-10 record with Atlanta, and he had a 4.48 ERA. Now, his ERA has increased from his 4 seasons being with the Braves, from 2.89 all the way to 4.48 this season. Now, this is kind of a win-win trade, because the Atlanta bullpen now gets another power arm, a healthy power arm, to their already great bullpen that consists of Craig Kimbrel, Johnny Venters, Eric O'Flaherty, and much more people. So I think that the Angels actually got the better side of the trade, because they needed a starter. They traded one of their starters in Irvin Santana to the Kansas City Royals earlier this offseason, and they declined the option for Dan Herron, their number 3 starter. But he did not have that great of a season. Now, there are some teams talking with him right now, such as Chicago Cubs. I think that they'll be the front runners for Dan Herron. Now, there was a reported trade earlier this month for Carlos Marmol and Dan Herron, but the Cubs decided not to get him. But now they can get him for free. They don't have to trade their player, a great pitcher in Carlos Marmol, and now they can get him as a free agent and keep Carlos Marmol. I think that will be great for them. And also Zach Greinke, who is a free agent this year, spent about half a season with the Angels, was great in that half season, and also he was a very good pitcher in that half season. As I think that throughout that stretch that he was there, he was the number 1 starter. And right now, I see the Angels getting a little bit better side of this trade, as Tommy Hanson, he is a great pitcher, and Jordan Walden, a great reliever as well. But the Angels needed more starting pitching than they did bullpen pitching. Now, they have a lot of great starters in AAA and some in the majors. So I think that if they can fill those 4 and 5 spots with either free agents or their AAA arms, I think that either way, they'll be a playoff contending team this year. And that brings us to our next subject, also about the Angels and also about the Dodgers. Now, since Zach Greinke is a free agent, he is talking with both the Angels and the Dodgers in Los Angeles. Now, someone asked me a question earlier this week that said, if Zach Greinke was to stay in Los Angeles, which side of LA would he go to? The Dodgers or the Angels? Now, that is a very tough question because the Dodgers want him more than the Angels, but the Angels want him just almost as bad because they need starting pitchers. And the Dodgers, they also need starting pitchers, and they had a horrific season last year. Now, the Angels actually had a better season than them. So, I think that if the price is right, Zach Greinke will go to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim because he spent half a season there. And considering that he has that social anxiety, I think that he'd rather stay in Anaheim where there's less attention than the heart of LA where there's a lot more attention. So, I think that he will be in Anaheim come next season. So, right now, we're going to take a short break. So, stay here, guys, and I'll be right back. So, and also, if you guys have questions, you can tweet me at NSportsNick, at NSportsNick. So, if you want, tweet me your questions about free agents, trades, and I will answer them. So, if you can tweet me, that would be great, at NSportsNick. So, we're going to take a quick break, guys. I'll come back with some more free agent and trade news. So, stick around. We'll be right back.